Bandit here, bandit here, bandit is here. I'm not gonna be on the video today because I'm doing a little cooking and I just gonna rapid taste on some things that been on my mind. I just got off the phone with my brother and he's more of a liberal and I'm more of a conservative. And we were just talking about what really have ruined the black family, the black experience, just black culture in general. And he see it as there's not enough equality. He's about this equality, which I understand. But outcome of opportunity, the outcome of everything is different. You're not going to have anything equal in this world. There's levels to this. There's levels to it. And you know, people sit around and say, well, somebody owe me something, or somebody, you know, we are owed something. And you can't sit around and talk about white people and what white people owe you and think that you could be a strong people. That's insane to me. How you going to sit around like everything is irrational and everybody owes you something? It's a victimhood. And that's what I'm trying to tell him. Talking about racism, and I really want to know in the comments what you think about this. Am I wrong? Is he right? Is he right? Am I right? Is he wrong? Put it in the comment section. I think the civil rights was a farce. We had Jesse Jackson, he passed away. He did what he could for black people at the time, in his time, where he felt like he was doing something good. I give him that. But your intentions don't mean nothing to me if the outcome don't serve the purpose. If the outcomes don't serve the purpose, then your intentions mean nothing to me. I don't believe that a business will serve you if they don't. You shouldn't be forced to serve no particular group if you don't want to. If the public is against it and they don't, you know, want to be a part of your business because of your practices, then you lose money. You'll lose money. Let the market decide. You can't go and have a sit-in in somebody else's business that they put the money into to start their business and then sit there and talk about, I'm going to make you serve me. I'm going to make you have my people in here. I'm going to make you do this. And he said, well, we put in the law for equality. Yeah, we did, but that's not equality to me. You're forcing yourself on people. And why would you want somebody that don't like you to make your food? Why would you enrich the family when you don't want you there? These are all common sense. Who wants you there? But see, you want to be a victim. So you get on TV and you moan and complain about how things are unfair to you. That's what you do. You moan and I told my buddy Chad. I told him. I said, listen here. I said everything can't be about racism. Everything can't be about racism. Because I explained to him how chattel slavery became a thing in this country. And it was not white people. It was a black man who came over here from England. He came to the New World and had a slave. Several slaves. But one particular slave ran off. And he took that slave to court. That slave tried to get his freedom in the court system. When we were still trying to clear land over here. When the vote was still coming. Way before America. There was no such thing as chattel slavery in this country. No such thing. It was a black man who introduced it. Because when he took him to court, he won his case. And the court sided with him and said that this man will be your slave for life. For life, he's your slave for life until he died. That had never been done in this country until then. And it was a black enslaver. That's what happened. And then the transatlantic slave came and all the trades and all that came. And the white government saw that that was a good thing, but they said, okay, we got to distinguish who a slave and who's a master. We got to distinguish. Because if we got black enslavers and white enslavers, who's going to be the slave? How will we determine who the slave is? You mean to tell me that we can have a mixture of slaves, different colors, and know who the master is and who the slaves are? That would be very difficult. So they had to eat it. They said only a black will be a slave, and only a white will be a slave master in this country. That way you'll know who a slave are. You can't hide your skin color. And then all the tables turned. But before that black man did that, you was a slave for 4, 5, 6 years until you paid off your debt, just like it was in Europe. It's a fact. So when you sit there talking about how somebody took something and how this and that, do your homework. Now getting back to what I was discussing with him. In 1955, we were in the 90th percentile of intact marriages. It was considered shameful if your daughter or any woman got pregnant out of wedlock, didn't have a husband. She was sent away. It brought shame because your name was everything. It brought shame. Now let's speed up to the day. There's no shame. There's no shame. The birth control pill came out, and guess what? Women said, okay, I can go and move like a man. I can move like a man, how a man moves. Yeah, I can move like how a man moves. Because guess what? I can go and take this pill. I can burn my bra down. I can live like how a man can live. With no accountability. And now we have what we have today. We have families that's broken. We got baby mamas and women with 3 or 4 or 5 different baby daddies. The black family is destroyed. Destroyed. And you know what? Nobody cares. Nobody cares about it. I was looking, I was listening to to get off subject a little bit, I was listening to the Tucker Carlson, Mike Huckabee interview. It was very interesting to me. Very, very interesting. Because I was talking to my buddy about protection. For me. Can a protected class be a strong people? or a strong class? I asked them that. Can a protected class be a strong class? And it got me to thinking about the conversation with Tucker Carlson and Mike Huckabee. Got me to thinking. If America and several other governments are protecting Israel, and they're protecting them and keeping them afloat, that would be called a protected class, right? So how can that be a strong nation? Ukraine getting help from different governments to fight Russia. So is Ukraine a protected group, a protected country? Can they be strong? Are they a strong country? And he was saying they could be. And I'm thinking, how? How can a country be a strong country if you have different governments protecting it? How? I'm talking about being a strong country on your own. being on your own, like you hold your own now. Because without those governments protecting you, you will be wiped out. And it got me to thinking about even black women. How they sit there and say they are strong, the most educated. They're the most this and they're the most that, and they're queens and all this. But at the same time, they would say they're the most unprotected. And it got me to thinking, when I use Ukraine and Israel and all that, can a black woman be strong and independent and at the same time say she's the most unprotected? Why would somebody strong and independent say that they're the most unprotected? Why would a strong, independent person want protection or want to be in a protected class? You're strong and independent. The very definition of, I don't need nobody. I don't need no help. I got this. So whatever you think about Israel or Iran or the Palestinians is not the point I'm making. Some of that stuff will get you in trouble. Some of that stuff will get you doxxed. Some of that stuff will get you canceled. And I'm not talking about that point of it. I'm simply saying, if you're getting a lot of support and money and a safety net from outside sources, can you say you are a strong nation? Without saying that you would not be a strong nation without this help over here. The reason I am strong is because I have these allies. I have these groups and states and countries that back me. That's the only thing that keep me where I'm at today. That keeps me relevant. That keeps me being able to be a nation. That's the point I'm making. So I want to hear about that in the comment section. Your points on that. Number 2, we got into a conversation about relationships with women and love and accountability. Number 1, I don't believe women have love to give. I don't know why men are looking for love from women. Women don't have love to give you. They just don't. Women don't have empathy. They can sympathize with you, but they don't have empathy. They won't put themselves in your shoes. They just won't. Because they live off survival instincts. And the basic survival instincts they've been living off that for thousands of years. Using their femininity. Using their femininity to get what they want. For thousands of years. They don't have love to give you. A man gives woman love. And the love that a man gives her, she pass it down. They don't have love. They're survivalists. That's what they do. But yet and still, a man is still trying to find love from a woman. And a lot of men are getting destroyed. Now, there's a lot of men waking up. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of men that's waking up. Learning. Getting the experience. Some men learning by trial and error. Some men learn from podcasts. Some men learning from, men in their lives that's taking the time to talk to them. And even with this YouTube thing, hey, I'm on YouTube speaking about just various things. Just various things. I'm not trying to be a Jerry Springer. I'm not trying to be The View. I'm not trying to be a gimmick. I'm just a man trying to spread a little word out there for the young people. That's all I'm trying to do. Spread a little information. We got enough crap being fed into our children. We got enough of that. There's enough of that going on. It's time to get serious. But I tell you what, I want to know, is any group that's considered a protected class, should there be a protected class? And what I mean by that, for the LGBTQ, should it be a protected class for them? Should it be a protected class for black people? Should it be a protected class for women? Or everybody except men? Everybody's protected but men. Everybody gets a safety net but men. Men, you go out there, you build the infrastructure. You go out there and you build the world. And the rest of the world will talk to you like you're nothing, throw you away, spit you out. They throw you away and spit you out like you're nothing. And then you go off into the sunset and die. Most men will not get his roses while he can smell them. Most men gonna die, and most men would not even be appreciated until he's dead and gone. Dead and gone. But what I'm trying to say is this. When it comes to politics, you can't say this, you can't say that. I don't even know what free speech is anymore. What is free speech? What is it? What is free speech? I don't know what free speech is. Because if you say something that offends or go against somebody else, and you could just be stating your opinion, you're not talking about anyone in particular, you're just stating your opinion, you get canceled. You can't even say anything. You can't speak your opinion about the LGBTQ. You can't state your opinion. You can't state your opinion about who's a man and who's a woman. What's a woman? What's a man? You can't state your opinion about politics. You can't say anything because if it offends somebody, you're canceled. So is there such thing as free speech? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think the ruling class decides what's said, who got the right to say it, and who don't have the right to say it. And it's a crazy world out here. Everybody's upset at everybody. But I think this whole empire is crumbling. I think that we're on our last leg. I think we're on our last leg. And we out here and we ain't even understanding. We're on our last leg. It's really a mess out here. But I'm not going to be on this live too long. I'm going to start just making my videos, post them, and because I don't want to take nobody time on live. I like to do my videos, post them, and you get to it when you get to it. I don't like going live like that because people got things to do. People don't have time to sit. Or maybe you do. Maybe I'm just not that content creator that everybody got to drop everything to come see. Cause I'm a straight arrow kind of guy. I'm a direct kind of guy. I ain't playing games. I'm a no gimmick type of guy. I tell men what it is, how it is. You make up your mind. At the end of the day, you're gonna be held accountable for everything that you do. Everybody else that's not being held accountable, women, lesbians, the alphabets, all them people, liberal women, all that stuff, they're not going to be held accountable for nothing. It's going to be you. It's going to be you. They're going to be trying to put you in jail. They're going to be trying to make you shut your mouth. When you're trying to tell the truth about something and put something out there, especially when you're advocating for men, they're going to try to shut you down. Your job is to be of service and shut up. That's your job. That's what they have convinced men. Your mama mean more than anything to you. You must worship the woman. You must worship her. You must look in the mirror and say, hey, you don't mean nothing. You go out there and you sacrifice yourself. And these rappers, these little rappers out here who's dying, we got NFL players taking their life, 25 years old, gone. Just eat a gun. Just take his own self out. Why? Pressure. It's pressure on the man. Nobody has no sympathy for a man. Nobody cares about a man. And he built the world. And that ain't got nothing to do with color. All men have done something for this earth. Now, do you have bad men? Yes. We have a nightmare of men. And guess what? Good men protect weak men and they protect the women from bad men. But there's a thing going around saying that men ain't nothing. Down with the patriarchy. Why? Who gonna build it up? Who gonna protect the society without men? Who's gonna do it? I wait. All this, I don't need a man crap. I don't need no man. I'm strong and independent. I could do it myself. But then you got all these women talking about now, where all the good men at? Why men don't ask us out no more? How come, they don't want to pay for the first date? They don't put no effort in nothing. You asked us not to. You fought to be alone. You fought for it. You voted in to be left alone. You fought for it. Live with it. You fought for everything that you asking for right now. Why men don't approach no more? Why men just don't even give us eye contact? Why men just go on about their business? You begged us to do that. You begged us to do it. And now that we done got the hell on, now you want to make your little videos talking about why y'all don't do this no more, and why y'all don't approach no more, and why y'all don't take us out on dates no more, why you don't come to the wine mixers, why you ain't coming to these events no more. You told us that we're creeps. That's what you did. You said we're creeps. So guess what? We're going to go be a creep over here. We're going to go and get into what we want to do. Our hobbies. We're going to go travel. We're going to go get our motorcycles or truck or whatever. We're going to be by ourselves with our homies, doing what we want to do, living our lives. Because at the end of the day, ladies, let me tell you something. At the end of the day, ladies, we can go pay for some excitement, because that's the going thing right now, ain't it, ladies? Right? You got your little apps, you're advertising, you're on every app, half naked, half dressed, promoting your body. Guess who you need for that? Men. So you get on these apps, you show all this skin, but then if a man try to approach you 5 or 6 years ago, you call him a creep. That's what we are to you. Ew. We gave you the ick. So guess what we did? We said, okay, we're going to leave y'all alone then. Now, every time I look at YouTube or I look at any Instagram or any of this crap, now you sit here talking about where the men at. Why men ain't talking. Men ain't the same. Men ain't the same. You ran us off. You said leave it alone. The Me Too movement. You had men going to jail, being accused and going to jail. They don't even have proof he did anything. But he go at least be questioned in the interrogating room. They're going to interrogate him to death. So now he got a stigma on him because he done been ran down and talked to in a kind of way. Can't get a job. If you're charged with something, can't get a job. Who the hell want to be in a relationship with somebody that don't care nothing about what the man is supposed to be? He's supposed to be your rock. He's supposed to be your backbone. He's supposed to be the one that's there to protect and secure you. And it's your job, woman. It's your job to attach yourself to a capable man. A man that's going to take you under his tutelage. And you give him a family. And it's your job to make the house a home. But you don't want to do that. No, that's oppression. That's oppression. You taking care of your man and the family is oppression. No, you want the CEO job. That's what you want. You want to go out there and be the COO. You want to go out there and have the world and be the best man you can be. And then when a man come in your face, you telling him what kind of money you make. You're telling him what kind of house you got and what you built. You just showing and telling him how much of a man you are. And a real man don't want to lay with himself. A real man don't want to lay up with his own self. We want a feminine, soft woman. So guess what? Since we can't have that, and 80% of y'all women are attracted to 20% of the men or the top 10% of the men, go right ahead. Don't be asking us why we don't approach. Don't be asking us why we don't buy flowers. Don't be asking us why you can't find us on Valentine's Day. You can't find us on Christmas. You can't find us on Halloween. You can't find us. You can't find us on your birthday. Christmas, any of those places. You can't find us because you demanded us to leave you alone. And guess what, ladies? We're going to leave you alone. And I'm going to stay in shape. And I'm going to be in the gym, working out, staying lean and cut with muscle. And it won't be for y'all. It'll be for health benefits. It'd be for me to be able to walk through life with my head held high and my chest back, my shoulders back, and my chest up, and my head up, and with confidence. And it won't be for you. You got men out here that gotta pay to see their own kids, while that woman over there with a boyfriend. She over there with a boyfriend, and he get to see your child for free. What kind of system is that? He over there busting his butt. If he lose his job, he in arrears. They gonna take his license. If he got a business license, they're gonna take that. They're gonna take his passport from him, and he gonna be threatened with jail. But the boyfriend get to be over there for free, and they ain't threatened with nothing. And they say that's fair. This is our government doing this to men. And they say slavery is over. The very thing I was talking about earlier. And this is one reason why I was talking about that earlier, because I want you to understand what slavery really is. And it's putting men under the foot of a woman, and they make laws using our nature against us. Because guess what? It's in our nature to want a woman. It's in our nature to want to have a woman. It's in our nature to want to have a family. And now we got to go against our own nature and pretend we don't want a woman and we don't want kids because we have a government that's made this whole thing a egalitarian system. It's a full-fledged matriarchy. And they use the LGBTQ and they use liberal women and leftists to tear men down. They think the only thing we're good for is infrastructure. Construction, building their highways and sidewalks and sewage systems and railroads and cars and skyscrapers and air conditioning and all the little comfortable things that they enjoy. That's all we here for. If we demand anything of comfort, of understanding, consideration, that's out. This ain't the 1950s is what they tell us. What you mean, make a meal for you? You got two hands. You got two hands. Wait a minute, woman. I done been working all day. 10, 11, 12 fucking hours. Excuse my French. And I get home and I don't smell no dinner cooking? And you gonna tell me this ain't the 1950s, but I'm going out and I'm paying bills every day? I'm making sure the food is in the refrigerator. I'm making sure the lights, gas, water. I'm making sure the mortgage is paid. I'm paying all the health insurance and all that stuff to keep us afloat. But if I ask you, hey, I need clean clothes. I need my food done when I get home. Oh, that's a problem. And I know a lot of men, they want to be entertained like a woman. Because like I said, I'm on my live right now saying the real deal and why men are suffering. And we losing our children. But no, they want to be entertained by garbage. They want the flashy, pretty things and all the little the excitement. Everybody gotta have the dopamine. And we sit up here and we get foot on that. Because we want to sit and be entertained by a football game where it ain't even football no more. I get more people listening to me if I'm talking about the NFL, if I'm talking about the football and my favorite team, which is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, I could talk about that all day and men to clap. I could talk about crap. I could talk about women all day. If I'm talking about going out and getting some and all that, yeah, they good with that. But I'm talking about the real deal and what's happening to men. I don't get no pickup. I don't get no eyes and ears. You got men out here eating guns. You got men out here that's giving up on life. We got men that's out here that gave up. And at the same time, you got women out here. You got women out here that's going after the same man. But then when that man do them the wrong way, they say we all ain't worth a damn. And we sit up there and we won't say nothing. How is majority of the women gonna sit there and get with a certain percentage of men and give yourself to those percentage of men, but these men over here don't even have a chance to be with you? You don't give him a look or nothing. Most men are not even seen. Most men, women don't even see. But when everything happens, y'all men ain't worth a damn. We all in the same bucket then. You made your choice. I say I don't date single moms. I say I don't want to be with no single mom. I'm the inconsiderate asshole. That's me. I'm inconsiderate because I don't want to deal with a child you had with another man. You see? Don't expect us to have any standards at all. We ain't supposed to have no standards. Now they got us conditioned where we got to go against our own nature to have peace. And I'm going to tell you something, MGTOW men. Let me tell you something. You without a woman in your life, you without having a woman that can entertain you and you entertain her, that is going against your nature. It's your birthright to have you a woman in your life. That's your birthright. It's just like it's her birthright to bear children with her husband. Not no random dude she think is cute or because he got those new Jordans on. But a capable, reliable man that's going to love and take care of her. That's her birthright. It's not her birthright to open her legs up to every man she think is cute. But I will say this about a man, and it's a bit controversial. A man's supposed to go out there in the world and conquer. And he's supposed to have many lovers so that when he pick his wife, he's experienced. He can guide her. Sorry, ladies, but it is a double standard. Don't no man want no woman that have been with everybody. But a woman want a man that got experience. A woman want a man taller, stronger, better, make more money, and she want him to be good in the bed. How in the hell a man gonna be good in the bed if he ain't got no practice? A man never required a woman to be good in the bed. We like a woman with less experience. We want her to fit us. But women live like a man so damn much now, you ain't gonna get a true woman. You're not going to get a virgin. You're not going to get a woman that only been with one guy or maybe two. When you get her, she done been through all kinds of sorority parties. She done been ran through, even if she don't have any children. You meet a single gal, you don't even know if she on some of these sites. You don't know. I tell you what, I'm going to give you men some homework. Let me give y'all men some homework. Check out some of these corn sites. And I said corn. Check out some of these sites and see how many beautiful women you see on these corn sites. And tell me, if you don't look at those sites, which I don't, but if you look it up, or you can look up IG and see all these women in these bikinis and all that barren skin, if you don't look at these apps, you can meet one of those women in public and she don't have any children and be just as sweet and be just as nice to you, and you will think you got something special. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. You will think you got something special. Sorry about that. I don't know why people calling me. Don't call me. I just moved into my house and I gotta set my cameras up and get my cameras together. So when I get my cameras together, I just moved in my house 4 days ago. So bear with me. I'm on my phone. I'm letting some stuff out right now that's been on my mind because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm tired of men losing. I'm tired of men ending their life. I'm tired of these women making statements about manhood. I'm sick of them putting men down. I'm sick of it. We somebody too. We somebody too. We do a lot for this world. But getting back what I was saying, the women gonna get out here and they're gonna pick the top 10% of men. Well, let me tell you something about top 10% of men. Let me tell you about top 10% of men. Top 10% of men will sleep with a one on a Wednesday morning about 4 o'clock after the club. He will go and hit a one, a two, a three, a four. They get to slaughter all of them. It was once upon a time when a man that's just an average man will be able to get an average woman. And they would live and be married for 40, 50, 60 years until one of them die. And I'm gonna tell you something. You got marriages out there right now that I see that pop up. They've been married 80 years, 75 years, married, been together, stuck it out. I'm not saying that they didn't have no ups and downs. I'm not saying that they didn't even cheat on each other. What I'm saying is they honored the marriage. Obligation, responsibility, and obligation. They held themselves together, kept it together. Because guess what? If you're going to leave a man because a man stepped out on you, and you're going to leave him for that, guess what? You're going to go run to a man that's going to do the same thing to you. He going to go do the same thing. You're going to leave him, and you're going to get with a man, and you're going to complain to him how your ex cheated. You're going to complain, talking about how your ex cheated. And guess what? You're going to run to a man that's going to do the same goddamn thing. It's a fact. There are some good men out here. There's a whole lot of men. I'm sick of everybody putting men down. I'm sick of men getting a bad rap. Damn it, we ain't Jeffrey Epstein. That's the only thing I've been hearing on the news. Like, that's the only thing going. I don't care nothing about no Jeffrey Epstein. We got men out here ending their lives. We got men out here suffering. Do anybody care? Do anybody care when a man loses everything he got? Nobody cares about a man. A woman can have 5 kids, 6, 7, 8, 9 kids, and the world will care about her, even though she got 7 baby daddies. They'll have sympathy for her. And this man out here down and out, don't have nobody, done worked his whole life, struggled his whole life. And all he needs is a little help, and the world will look down on him. The world won't have no sympathy or empathy for him. And he would die in misery. And the world will continue on. And this woman over here got 5 kids, go down to Mexico somewhere, get a BBL, and then die. And everybody's having sympathy for her. She left 5 kids up here in this country, but went to Colombia some damn where, got a boob job and got her butt lifted, tucked, or whatever she did, and come back here and die from the complications, and then that woman be on the news. You know how many men out here done lost their lives, lost everything, and nobody won't say nothing about him. He just gone to society, gone. Nobody won't care about him. Nobody. Getting back to when you have a kid, you got to pay to see your kid. If she want to take it down there for child support, guess what? You got to go down there. You got to deal with the courts, and then you got to pay child support while she bring another dude in, and he get to see your child for free. I really want to stick to that. This guy get to see your child for free. That's why I said women have fought. Women have fought to be alone. They fought for it. We've been called creeps. We've been called deadbeat dads. We've been called every name in the book. We've been called everything. And it's time now. It's just time to wake up and give these women what they want. Leave them alone. You got Lisa Ray, you a beautiful woman back in the day, by herself. Vivica Fox, talking about she still want a man to take her out on dates and spend money on her and take her on vacation. And you 63 years old and you got a BBL looking like a big old bumblebee, but you still making demands with your strong, independent self. You still making demands. It's a damn shame. But I will say this. It's a new day. It's time for men to stand up. Stop taking your life. Your life means something. Your children mean something. If you have kids, they mean something. Those kids mean something. They need their father. And you might go through a whole lot of turmoil with these women. Because I'm going to tell you something. The courts ain't going to make her do nothing. The courts ain't going to make her do nothing. They're going to come after you. There are a lot of men out here taking care of their children, giving their kids they all, making sure they safe, make sure they got clothes on their back, make sure they feed them, make sure they got shelter. And they go out there and provide and do what they got to do. While the women are in the street, partying, being with this guy, that guy, this guy, out there so-called trying to find themselves. And the world don't even care about a man and what he's going through. But I tell you what, man, there's a new day. Give them what they ask for. When they go to run their damn mouth and disrespecting you and being disrespectful, show them the door. Tell her, you got it. You're right. You got it. Okay, there's the door right there. I holler at you. I'm here to tell men you got options. I'm not trying to make no strategy for relationships to work. Either you're going to be considerate, either you're going to be a person that care about the situation, or not. Either you're going to be that woman. It's not my concern to me. But it is my concern that that man be that man. Be that man to tell her to get the hell on. Be that man to tell her, hey, these are my boundaries. Be that man and say, hey, you ain't going to talk to me that way. Be that man. Because there's too many men out here that's being cuckolded. Scared to be by themselves. Scared to lose a woman. What are you losing? You ain't losing nothing. The very thing that you're sticking with is keeping you from opening up that door over there that's waiting for you to open it. Something very, very good for you. But no, you keep holding on to this because you think you're losing something. And you're going to leave here anyway. You don't let nobody mistreat you because you don't want to be alone. That don't even make sense to me. You scared to lose a person that's treating you like crap, that's not considerate. That's not cooperative. You're just going to keep just going through it. I'm here to say, I wouldn't advise it. And most of you men out there done been through worse. I'm not telling men not to be in relationships. I'm not out here trying to go against marriage, even though I don't advise marriage, because of the government. I'm not against marriage. I'm against what the government do with marriage. When you go get that marriage certificate, you're asking to be married, which means you belong to the state. Why would I have to get a marriage license to marry a woman? Why? I'm going to the state. Hey, can I marry this woman? Yeah, you can, dumbass. Here's the certificate. You take that certificate. Now they got you in the system. Both of y'all are under the state. So when they come to your house, they're the authority, not you. So listen, man. You're not even the authority when you get married, because you got to go down there to get a marriage license, like a driver's license. That don't even make no sense. And at least a driver license is better because it expires. A marriage license don't expire. It's forever until she decides she want to end the marriage. And then now you got to break up the family. Now the kids don't get to wake up with mama and daddy no more. Nope. So I'm going to end it with this right here. Wake up, man. Think about your life. We done had a couple of guys that really made it, that their life ended this past week. Life gone. 25, two 25-year-olds gone. We don't think much of ourselves because you know why? Nobody cares about men. Nobody cares about us. We expendable. That's all we are. We're a wallet. We're nothing more than a wallet. That's all we are. We're a wallet and a utility. That's all we are. And the only way that's going to change is we got to start looking at ourselves as more than what people perceive us as. Damn it, we built the world. We conquered the world. We fought and died to make sure our families are safe. That's fact. 40% of all men that ever existed in the world have never been able to procreate. Never had a woman. 40%. You know why? Because 40% of men was on the battlefield dying. Never had the chance to have a family. Never. And abortion is catching up to those numbers because now the kids are not even being able to be born. Because once again, our government is giving women the right to decide life or death. And it's a shame that we have grown men sitting there telling me that it's a woman's right to choose, even though it takes two to create a child. But it's her body. But it's the man's child. A woman, all throughout history of time, when a woman is with child, she's having his baby. She's not creating anything. She is having his baby is the proper term. And what they did is they changed the language to destroy men's legacy, to destroy men's bloodline, to change his whole structure of the way he thinks. So now you got men, grown men out here advocating for women to decide life or death. This is where we at today. This is unheard of in human history. To sit there and say a woman have the right to choose her body, her choice, but a man can't have a financial divorce. I can't tell the judge, I don't have a contract with this woman. I'm not married to her. How am I supposed to get her money? She had a baby out of wedlock. I don't have a contract with her. But no, you can't say that. So if she decide to have the baby, gentlemen, she can decide whether she's going to ruin your life with the child or ruin your life without the child. Because one destroys you financially, and one destroys your bloodline and your legacy. So she have the right to destroy either one. And you don't have no say-so in it. But at the same time, they say it takes two to make a baby. You see the language? I'm talking more so to young men. I don't know if older men going to get this. Older men should know this. I'm talking to men from 18 to 30. I'm an older gentleman. I'm letting you know, young man, while you sitting there watching your little videos and your little TikTok channels and you want to be entertained by the wrong crap, and then you get set up and now you wonder what happened to you. You better understand, everybody's against a man. Everybody. I'm gonna end this live with this right here. I'm gonna end it with this. Be aware of what's happening to you. Be aware of what's around you. Be aware of the setup. Be aware of it. Be aware. Be aware of it. My next video, I'm not gonna go live. I'm gonna make a video because it's very important, this next subject, and it's about employment. It's about your everyday job. It's about your everyday getting up and going out there, dealing with the hustle and bustle and traffic and employer and other employees and just the rat race. That's going to be my next video, but I'm not going to go live about it. I'm not going to go live. But men, understand that you are a person. You are worth it. You don't have to end your life. There are too many men out here ending their lives. There are too many black men in particular out here killing themselves, off of themselves, over women, over whatever comes in their life. They can't handle it. It's too many. So with that being said, I am the bandit. Be well, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.